Hello, everyone, and welcome to a weekly message from Jesus. As all of you that tune in religiously know, we bring you a channel message from our Lord every week. So He's here, and I know the way things are going in the world today, we all need His words. So, Father, if you're ready, so am I. Hello, everyone. Yes, you absolutely know that I try to come to you because I'm always with you. I hear all your prayers. I listen. And I try to do all that I can to help guide you, to bring you through these difficult times. But as I say many times, human lives are not easy. And ever since I created humans, their evolution has not been easy. I gave them free will. You hear me say this all the time. But free will is actually one of the most important gifts that I have given to humans. I could snap my fingers and have you all believe in me, or I do what I ask you to do. But I want you to do it by making your own decisions. I want you in your heart to know that you believe in me and that you think that my words are the proper way to advance yourself through your lives. I know that all of you that take time to listen understand that your souls are going to heaven when you pass. You all understand that a human life is very, very short, and it is simply an opportunity for you to learn to do better, an opportunity to you to learn of all the important things that you need to know in order to rise in the realms of my heaven. You all know that my heaven is this incredible place, this greatest miracle that I ever created. You know many things because you've listened to me through the years. But do you truly know how easy it is to fall off the lighted path? Many of you think that simply saying you believe in me is enough. Well, it's certainly a first start. I continuously hear people going into their religious organizations and saying prayers where they profess their love, where they profess that the greatest thing that ever is happening in their life is their true belief in me. And then they go through the door and everything changes. Many of the people that do the greatest harm in this world profess to believe in me. Have you ever listened to your politicians who, after they've done something to enrich themselves, will tell you how that they have prayed about it and the decision that they made is, it's simply based on you. But their personal wealth increases through the decision. So they're lying to you. Deceit, that is one of the most terrible things that an individual can do to another. I tell you all the time the truth in your words, in your mannerisms, in what you do is the most important thing. By telling the truth, you cannot forget. The truth is easy to remember. Lies are very difficult to remember. When you tell lies, then you've got to remember what you said to who and how you said it. But if you tell the truth, it's always the same. The truth never changes. The truth stays what it is. I'm trying to bring you the truth every time I come to you, every time I give you messages, every time that my words are transcribed. That is the truth. I will never lie to you. Why would I lie? I have ultimate power. I don't need to lie. It is only those who believe that they must control others, that they must use their own powers that they cannot gain by telling the truth. A dictator could never tell the truth. I bring this up often because I'm very, very bothered by the fact that so many people are harming others through their dictatorships. A dictator could never lie. I'm sorry, a dictator could never tell the truth. You see, I almost did not say the truth in that message. Barry said what I was saying, but I guess even God isn't perfect in all things. And you may find that hard to believe. There were times when I walked the earth that I did things that I could have done better because I was a human. When you're a human, you don't have access to the great powers. I had access to powers, but not the ones that I have when I'm in my heaven. My powers here are absolute. Many humans want their powers to be absolute, and that is why they lie. That is why they tell propaganda, why they mislead the individuals that they're trying to control. There are countries on your planet, such as North Korea, the Russian people in many ways, the Iranian people. There are generations that have never heard the truth. In North Korea, you could live a lifetime and not hear the truth because of the dictatorship that has controlled everything. There is no limit to evil. I created evil energies. It is up to the humans through their use of free will to strengthen evil energies. Evil energies are going to exist, but if you work against them, if you ignore them, if you do what I am asking you to do, then evil energies will be diminished in importance. When everyone follows my words, evil energies will essentially disappear. It is only through the free will of humans that evil energies are accentuated. It is only through the free will of humans, when they use it to strengthen evil energies, that evil energies are strengthened. I want all of you to live the best life you can live. That can only be done by following my words and living in the light that I lead you in. People that don't believe in me, they may think that they're happy, but they're creating problems for themselves. If you don't believe in me, there's no way that you can achieve the happiness that an individual who has deep faith can achieve. You may not believe that. I know people tune in and they listen to my words and they say that there is no way that Barry is speaking them, but he is. There's no way that he can talk in the mannerisms, in the truth that he speaks for so long and not be speaking my words. He's definitely not reading. There are many people that accuse him of it, but they're wrong. People that don't believe in me, they're wrong in so many ways. There are people that only believe in a certain way in me. Many people believe that they can dictate to others how they should believe. Well, they are not paying attention to my words. I gave you freedom of choice. I want you to use that freedom of choice to believe in me by following the words that I speak. There's no better path than by listening and doing what I ask of you. I ask of you to simply use your common sense, to love others, to not show anger, to not show hatreds, to not think that you're superior, to especially not believe that how you believe in me is the only path, because every religion has a path to heaven. When you are born, your path to heaven is assured. Your soul, when it leaves its body, comes to heaven. Many faiths have decided that you should think about a hell, a place of brimstone and fire and torture. And that if you do not believe in me truly in the way that they want you to, your soul's going to hell. Well, since there's no hell, that's the basic premise that churches could have been very successful by bringing people to me, by speaking of the love that I spoke. But they decided they could have more power. They decided that if they had all of the people that followed the church fear me and tell them that the only way they were going to heaven was by coming into their institution, putting money in the coffers for the church, and doing what the church needed to gain power. I want all of you to gain personal power, the personal power that is only gained through believing in me. When you know the truth of my teachings, the honesty of what I bring to you, the importance of telling the truth, the importance of knowing what the truth is. So how do you truly know what the truth is? You don't. No one does, because they have to be educated in what my teachings really are. I come to you each week to educate you in my teachings. I say the same things every week. I say, don't do anything you do not want done to yourself. But to be more simple, I'm relying on each individual's common sense to determine the easiest path to learning what I want of you. I want you to achieve the greatest happiness that you can in your human life. I want you to be able to overcome all of the terrible problems that you have in your life. I want you to listen to the words that I say, and I want you to know truly what will bring you the most happiness. I know there's many times that I keep repeating myself, but I only had 3 years when I walked the earth to bring my message to the people. Imagine that. In 3 years, I managed to say the words that would lead billions through thousands of years of devotion to those words. So the words had to be simple. I keep telling you this as well. My preaching that I did in life had to be incredibly simple. The people that I spoke to were not educated, but they knew. Keep in mind this, many people have a huge difference between intellectual learning and their capabilities to learn. Many of the people had no education because there were no schools. The Romans had special tutors. You could go and have the institution, the Jewish faith, teach you, but you had to be able to live within their rules and their boundaries. So the people that I talked to, they had a basic foundation of the Jewish faith. They may have had a foundation of the Roman gods, because the Romans had a god for everything. A god for war, a god for love, I guess a god for hatred. But it was time that I came back to inform the people that there truly was only a single God. You can refer to me any way you want. The Islamic faith refers to me as Allah. Other faiths, some call me the source. Some people don't even profess to have a genuine faith, but they understand that there is one unique energy, whether you refer to it as source as God, but that unique energy controls everything that takes place in this galaxy. It controls heaven, and heaven is where your soul is headed. There's no way around it. So what can you do to simply find the love and the enjoyment that comes with knowing me? Well, the first step obviously is belief. I speak these words so that you can believe in me. Many people are going to try to lead you away from these words, but these words are the great simplicity. Only I know what I spoke in life. Only I know what my true message was. Because through the years, the religion, the church, they felt that they should control my words, and they felt that they were the only ones that were suited to interpret what I said. My words don't need interpretation. Yes, they were spoken in the language of the time. They had to be translated into your modern languages. The churches even took advantage of that. The churches even took advantage of the translation so that they could translate it the way they wanted the words translated. I want you to listen to the words and simply translate them yourself. They are intentionally so simple that there's no way you can misinterpret what I am telling you to do. It is only when you listen to complicated messages, such as difficult parables, that religious scholars cannot even figure out what they say. Do you really think that I would have talked like that to the simple people that love me? People love me because of the simplicity. People will love you when you follow the simplicity of the words that I'm speaking. It's really quite simple. A better life is simply based on a better faith. The universal faith in a single God, the way of knowing what I want you to do in your lives. I'm not asking you to go out and jump through hoops or do somersaults or the difficult things to draw attention to you. I'm simply asking you to go out and set an example. Set an example of love. Set an example of faith. Show people how happy you are. Show people how ready you are to help others. Show people that you truly understand my words. Many people don't. Many people want to misinterpret everything that I say, or they want to misinterpret the interpretations of the Bible. They may base their words on a Bible that is remotely interested in what I truly said. There are writings out there that are more accurate than what are in the Gospels. Many of the words were never written. Do you think that people wrote down every word that I spoke? It was impossible. There was no paper, there were no microphones, there were no dictating machines that copied every word. My words were recorded from memory. Go out and test your memory on what is being spoken today. See how accurate you can be. Know what you think, and then go back and listen to it again, because you're going to find out that your memory has failures. As you grow older, your memory is going to fail. It is a new mind remembers things differently than a mind that has been around for 70 or 80 years. That is the way of things. When you grow older, I am preparing you to return to my heaven. As you live your life, you must prepare your soul for that return to heaven as well. I am doing my part. I am making sure that you have the opportunity to do what you wish to do through your free will. I'm showing you the words that I truly spoke in life. I am preparing you to go to my heaven, where you are going to find infinite peace and happiness. So I am doing my part. I am preparing you in every way I can, because I know the most important journey of your life, the journey where your soul leaves your body and returns into my heaven, is coming. You do not have to buy a ticket for it, because it is inevitable. You will pass from that body. Your soul will come into my heaven. And when it does, it's going to see the greatest miracle that you can ever conceive of. And there's no way in your human life you can truly conceive of my heaven. I tell you this all the time because it is true. Everything I tell you is true. Every word I spoke today is the truth. I am not misleading you in any way. I am telling you that if you build the foundation of faith, pray to me and ask me to guide you, that you will have the best life possible. All you have to do is live according to the suggestions that I give you. I never dictate to you. I did not create a hell where you'll be tortured if you don't listen to me. All I did was create a beautiful heaven where, when you go to it, you will see your loved ones that passed before you. You will see all of these wonders that you anticipated. And then you're going to enjoy the part where you never, ever could conceive of in a human life. Those of you who listen to me, you rise in the realms. You become more important in your individual human lives. You're doing all the things that I want of you. And that is a spectacular miracle of your own. So join me in simply following the simple messages, telling the truth, living a good life, and pray to me, especially pray to me, to my mother, to the saints, to the angels. You have many people you may speak to that will help you. So thank you so much for listening again. I enjoy these little times with you. I'd love to put my arms around you as you listen and to bless you and to give you all of the encouragement that I can to live the best life possible. So I'm once again intentionally blessing everyone who is listening to these words. I hope you're feeling the energy that comes with these blessings. So goodbye. We will be back again next week, and I will speak to you, but it will be a very simple message as always. Goodbye, and thank you so much for being who you are. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to you. His love is incredible. I hope that you're feeling it the same as I am. Goodbye. Check us out on Friday nights on Pathway to Knowledge and on Sunday mornings when we bring you the Sunday sermon, the words of a Holy Spirit. His mother was on this week, and she was incredible. Mary's a magnificent soul. Goodbye. Thank you so much for listening to us. Please try to bring others to his messages. That's one thing that I do ask of you. Goodbye, and thank you.